is 20th in road scoring. Meanwhile, Oakland on the other side, they are 9th in runs allowed at home. So very, very difficult to score against Oakland in Oakland. Tampa Bay kind of behind the eight ball, already, not producing many runs when traveling. Once again, Tampa Bay 20th in road scoring, Oakland 9th in runs allowed at home. Now total-wise, Tampa Bay 24-12 to the under away from home. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the A's plus $1 in the under 8 runs in that game. Next matchup, Giants-Dodgers, 10-10 Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. The Dodgers are minus 195, totals at 7. We did see a nickel move toward Los Angeles and movement downward on the total, half a run. Once again, the Dodgers are minus 195, totals at 7 flat. San Fran's plus 180 on the money line. Dodgers plus $110 on the run line. We have Julio Urias for the Dodgers, Madison Bumgarner for the Giants. Now, Bumgarner, he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been atrocious either. But just the Giants have really, really been struggling, and his record does not reflect the quality of arm that he is, does not reflect his abilities. Bumgarner's just 3-6 on the year thus far. Meanwhile, Urias on the other side comes into this game with a 3.05 ERA for the Dodgers. Now, the Dodgers have just been absolutely stellar at home. They're 30-9 in Dodger Stadium this year. They're also 10-2 in their last dozen at home as well. Now, total-wise, the Dodgers are 80% to the over when the line was 7 or lower. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean LA Dodgers minus 1.5 and the over 7 runs in that game. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Before I get out of here, just got to remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We had 4 plays yesterday, only 1 fell short. So definitely a nice day for us on Patreon. That's my operating website. We do daily plays on there, and memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. So please check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into some shout-outs to close out the show. Got to give a shout-out to Dilip Patel, who said, "Brock, you're giving too many stats. Just give the picks, man." Well, I'll tell you what, I wish I could do that because it would save me a whole lot of time and effort. But Dilip, that will not fly. I cannot just give out the picks. Many folks would be questionable. Plus, really, at that point, I wouldn't have any special content there for you. I got to give out the stats, got to give out the info to support my argument. It's kind of like back in the day when we were kids and we did homework. And yeah, you can come up with the answer, but the teacher always wanted you to show your work. So anyway, great suggestion, Dilip. I wish I could just go ahead and fire the picks away. Cincinnati plus 1.5, Minnesota minus 1.5, Oakland plus $1, Seattle minus 130. That would be outstanding. That would save a lot of time. But that certainly wouldn't make for good content when it comes to doing a daily podcast. But anyway, great suggestion. I love it. Love your passion, your enthusiasm, and appreciate you taking the time to comment in the comment section. Now, got to give a shout out to Brian Cleland, who quickly came to my aid, came to my defense on the comment section yesterday. And got to give a shout out to him. Me and Brian, we're like Jekyll and Hyde. One day Brian's yelling at me, next day Brian's praising me. So that's a very healthy, organic, natural relationship. That's the way humans are. So shout out to Brian Cleland backing me up yesterday on the comments section. All right, shout out to my man Stephen Lewis. Steve, great to see you as always, my man. Shout out to LKT. Shout out to the U-Dog, Ulysses Hayes, which we got to get an AC trip together. I know I say that every week, but we got to get down to the Borgata or maybe the little sports book at resorts, man. I always love that. It's not a purple felt, but it's like an aqua blue felt. And Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, who can't go wrong with that, right? Actually, I don't listen to much of his music, but anyway. The U-Dog, Ulysses Hayes, we got to get together in Atlantic City one of these days. Shout out to Nenad Markovic, Chuck Pinter, Jimmy Johnson, Manuel Vasquez, Ibrahim Al-Darbi, CQP Underboss, best name in the business, gotta love it, the CQP Underboss. Shout out to John G, Carl Bow, Nick Gonzalez, Raymond Denwood, Proline Master, B. Faust, who actually he was asking me what kind of app I use for this. And did I cap all the games? Did I skip Baltimore and the Mariners? I always do that. We'll have to cap that real quick. But anyway, B. Faust was asking me what kind of app I use, and it's Xfinity, Comcast Xfinity. So everybody has it. It's just a big screen TV behind me. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just a ham and egger. Anyway, shout out to Norwal Music, and last but certainly not least, my man Jay Williams. All right, guys, let me go ahead and cap this last game. I totally forgot to do that. I do that a lot. I get excited and want to get into the shout outs and connect with the followers. But we got to cap this game. Baltimore taking on Seattle. 10:10 Eastern first pitch in Seattle. The Mariners are minus 130, totals at 9. Now, we did see a nickel fade of Seattle in the early wagering. We also saw movement downward on the total as well. So once again, Seattle minus 130, totals at 9. Baltimore plus $1.20 on the money line in this matchup. Seattle plus 140, laying the run and a half on the run line. Now we have Wade LeBlanc for the Mariners, Dylan Bundy for the Orioles. Now Bundy's just 3-8 with a 4.44 ERA. Meanwhile, on the other side, Wade LeBlanc is 3-2 on the year. Seattle hasn't had any real trouble scoring collectively on the year. They're 8th in scoring on average per game. Meanwhile, Baltimore, oh my God, 8-game losing streak, 0-8 in their last 8 ball games. Total-wise, this is something you may want to think about for maybe tonight's game and future games. Seattle is 28-10 to the over at home in Seattle. Wow. Give me the Mariners minus 130 and the over. 9 runs in that game. All right, kind of went out of order there. I'm glad I caught myself. But anyway, let's just go ahead and quickly recap our picks for today. We have the Mariners minus 130 and the over 9 in that game. We have Dodgers minus 1.5 and the over 7 in that matchup there. We have Oakland plus $1 in the under 8 runs in that game there. We have Twins taking on the Royals. I like Minnesota minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that matchup there. We have the Reds taking on the Brewers. I'm leaning toward the Reds plus 1.5 and the under 9.5 in that game. We also have the Mets taking on the Cubs at Wrigley Field. We're leaning toward the Cubbies minus 130, getting the job done for some money line cash. We also have the Marlins taking on the Cards. St. Louis, I'm liking them to win this one outright. A little bit expensive price point, but I like them. Give me St. Louis minus 155 and the under 8 runs in that game. We also have Angels, Toronto. I like the Angels. Once again, expensive price point, but I think they should do it. I like the Angels minus 155 and the under 10 runs in that game. We also have Astros taking on the Yankees. Now, this is a really good game on paper, but once again, keep in mind, the Astros really riddled by a lot of injuries. I like the Yankees winning that one outright at home for some money line cash. Phillies taking on the Nats. I like the Nats just in total domination over the past couple days. Give me the Nationals winning that one outright for some money line cash. Pivetta versus Fetty in that game. Rockies taking on the Diamondbacks. I'm leaning toward Colorado plus 1.5 on the run line and the under 9 runs. And then last but certainly not least, which is actually first and not last today, is Cleveland taking on Texas. I like Texas at home, catching the 1.5. Texas plus 1.5 and the over 9 runs in that game. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, please don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. Memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's great information there, a lot of winners, and it's a great community. And you get to connect with me and enjoy some more content from me. So anyway, patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. But most importantly, I really hope you enjoyed all this great information on this program here right on YouTube. It's great to connect with you guys. Thank you for your time and joining me today. And once again, I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information, all this great free content. And as always, Don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.